The views and opinions expressed by guests and/or comments are those of the persons who submitted them and do not necessarily reflect the official policy or position of In the Clutch Sports Talk and More podcasts. Any content provided by guests are of their opinion and are not intended to malign any religion, ethnic group, club, organization, company of any individual or anyone or anything. You are tuned in to Real Talk, where if it ain't real, we don't talk about it. The topics are never ending, so if you're ready for some real talk, you're in the right place. Can't wait to hear what the crew got to say this week. Welcome. I'm still excited about the 300 subscribers that we reached last week, so
Hey.
it seemed like it was such a distant goal because it took us so long to get there, but now that we're there, it's like, okay, now we gotta step it up now. We gotta set a new number. So 350 by the end of the year? 400?
I think we can get 400. I think we can get 400.
400 by the end of the year.
Because we finna step this thing up. We finna step it up.
Yeah, you know what? I keep saying I'm gonna get the sports thing back going. I know that'll help the numbers. It's just a matter of finding the time to do it sometime. It ain't even about wanting to do it or not wanting to do it. It's just about finding time to do it.
Right.
It's gonna be a quick show because I know I want to go get my popcorn ready to listen to all these lies that I'm about to hear tonight. I want to have my laptop so I can fact check while I'm going along and all that good stuff. So, I mean, I know it's what do you actually think about this State of the Union address?
I mean, we were listening to Maxine Waters, and I mean, it's just it doesn't have the reverence. We used to, once we really got into politics and wanting to learn more about politics, we were looking forward to the State of the Union. Even back in the day when we didn't really even know what it was, we knew our president was coming on TV and he was going to talk to the nation. And, there was an anticipation. Now it's like we said, we just waiting to see what lies finna come. It's a show.
And I hate to be like that, but I mean, you hear him every day out of his mouth, so you just know it's not like he's gonna come up there and have a change of heart and be like, yeah, we didn't reach our goals. I mean, it's gonna be more of I've got the best polling numbers of any president ever, and the economy is doing as good as it's ever done. I mean, you're just gonna get all of it, and it's some BS.
Yeah.
And thanks, LaTanya, for reminding me. Well, I wish you happy birthday, but happy belated birthday. Show enough. Another chapter, another start.
We on the road to 55. We on the road to 55.
Well, I ain't got much long at 55. I'm finna be on that 56. I'm finna be on that ALT, Lawrence Taylor. I'm finna be up out of here.
Man, I'm trying to be able to get all the senior citizen discounts. I know you just get 55, you get more of them.
You know what? They've been sending me all this stuff. I ain't signed up for what is it? What's
AARP?
I ain't did none of that. They constantly. I'm like, y'all.
Man, so many benefits with AARP. You better go and sign up.
Okay.
I've been on AARP since I was 30-something because I was a rider on my mama's.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh, okay. This is gonna be a very short show because I really want us to have time to get ourselves prepared for this State of the Union address. And the thing that I think it's important for us to listen to it and try to either pull something positive out of it or pull out ammunition to get this administration out of here.
Mm-hmm.
There's so much going on. And I don't know, I think part of it is systematically in place that it's so many different things going on. It's hard to concentrate on one. We got the Epstein files. We got the potential war with Iran. I mean, we you know, the situation with ICE, the situation with the terrorists. And my thing is, if you have a Supreme Court in place, and this is what I be wanting the Trump supporters to explain to me. If you've got a Supreme Court in place and they put out a ruling that says what you're doing is illegal and you can't do it, why does he have such a big problem with that?
Because the rules don't apply to him. It's been his life, all his life.
Okay. Even if that's the case, let's say that's the case, then why, if it was a Democratic president in office that did that, the Republicans would be up in arms about it?
Of course.
How dare you defy the Supreme Court of the United States?
Right.
So it's things like that, and again, I always said, I told you, it don't matter until it start affecting you.
Mm-hmm.
Just like all those Latinos and Mexicans and everybody that was Trump this, Trump that. Soon as they family members, husbands, wives, and daughters and kids start getting deported, now it's, oh, I didn't know it was gonna be this. I didn't know that. So
I know it's gonna affect me.
and they telling you, I didn't know it was gonna affect me.
Yeah.
I know one of the biggest things that they ran on was the economy. And I know his excuse now is gonna be, because I can't implement these tariffs, that might be affecting my economic plan. No,
Mm-hmm.
the economic plan was falling apart before now. It's not, prices aren't getting lower, utilities going up. Now the only thing I'll say that's at a somewhat decent level is gas prices. I don't think anybody's saying, oh my goodness, I can't even put gas in my car. I think but of course, there's so many different factors that go into the price of gasoline that it's kind of hard to you want to give them some kind of credit because their administration is in there right now, but you have to understand the politics of it to know.
Mm-hmm.
Revelations 18:2. I ain't got my fact checked out here. I can't. I'll look that up later to see what Revelations 18:2 says. I mean, at this point, it's like it's beyond comprehension. It's beyond religion. It's beyond anything that you can wrap your mind around that's going on in this country.
Absolutely.
And just like, we was listening to Roland Martin before we came on, and I think he made a good point saying that, we keep, we looking for the midterm elections to come up. We looking for the 2028 election to come up. And that's it. Whereas these people looking at what they say, Sharita, they looking for 30, 40, 50 years down the line. They ain't even worried about, they trying to get power that's gonna last them.
Exactly.
I mean,
after they're gone.
Well after they're gone. So that's the mindset that we have to have, and once again, I said it once, I'll say it 1,000 more times. It ain't about Democrat and Republican. It's about who's gonna do the right thing, in my estimation.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, I don't see nobody over there Republican side that I'll be like, yeah, that might be. No, I don't see nobody over there that I would say they would be a good president. That they got a chance because they all falling under the same uh, umbrella of Trump at this point.
Right.
Nobody's resisting. Nobody's, saying, "Hey, Mr. President, you might want." Nobody's saying they all in cahoots together. They complicit with everything that's going on. Now, on the you looking at the Democrats, I know they who was the front runner so far? Gavin Newsom.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Even with him, I think, as he's definitely the front runner for the Democratic nomination, I would think, at this point right now. But even him, you have to make sure we're looking at, okay, once he get in there, what's he gonna do? How is he gonna turn this around? It ain't even how he gonna turn around. How we gonna turn this around? Because the whole thing is, I see people like Jasmine Crockett. They're saying, once we do get back in power, we need to make sure we're prosecuting all these people who doing all this wrongdoing and not following the law that they're supposed to be enforcing. Because just think about it. All this stuff they doing, Pam Bondi not releasing the Epstein files. Cash Patel over in Milan flying the private plane over there to celebrate with the hockey team, which I'm a little, I don't know how to think about that. I mean, is it a waste of taxpayer dollars for him? Yeah, I think so. Is it good that the United States won and you celebrating with them? Yeah, I think so. But then at the same time, the president wants to invite the men's hockey team, but it's like, well, since I'm inviting y'all, I guess I'm gonna have to invite the women's team that won gold as well.
Right.
What do you mean? I guess I
You
have to
guess.
invite them too.
Second class citizens, I told you.
They don't like women. Okay.
Mhm.
But my thing is, and I'm proud of the women because the women said thanks, but no thanks.
Right.
So from their perspective, that's a good thing. I just you want unity, but I just don't see how we gonna achieve it. Even if we do take back the House, the Senate, if we 2028 we get the White House back and all of that, I don't trust most of the people who in Congress, because if you look at it, there's so many things going on, and the people who are supposed to be the leaders, you don't hear nothing from them.
Nothing.
I hate to keep bringing up Hakeem Jeffries, but I'm so disappointed in him. I don't know what to do. I just feel like you will say some stuff here and there, but you don't say nothing.
Right.
You right there in the midst of everything and you have nothing to say. So what kind of
Nothing.
leader are you gonna be? If let's say you go from minority to majority leader, what kind of majority leader are you gonna be?
Are you gonna be right?
Because you ain't doing nothing as the minority, which is when you should be trying to do more to keep them from doing the stuff that they doing. Like Trump just came out and said, this new board of peace that I created, the United States is gonna donate $10 billion to it. You heard something about that for maybe 1 or 2 days, and now you ain't heard nothing else about it.
Nothing.
So you telling me you had to cut out the ACA, you had to cut out SNAP, you had to cut out all these other things, but we got $10 billion to give to your private organization.
Right.
I ain't heard nobody say nothing.
And you won't.
So I don't understand. It's so frustrating to me because it's like, am I missing? It make you think you just missing something. Like it can't be that. But I mean, what else could it be? I don't get it. I'm I'm all for support who you support. I'm not gonna I don't really knock people for who they support because for whatever reason you support who you support. I mean, but at some point, you got to be scratching your head and saying, is this the right person for the job? This money net worth don't went up by what? $3.8 billion
Billion
in 1 year?
Yes. With no shame.
And again, you heard none from nobody on the Democratic side. And see what makes me and see that makes me believe that okay, you ain't saying none because if you was in that position, you'd probably do the same thing. People ain't looking at the trading between Mexico, Canada, our other trade partners, how everybody's saying, you know what, let's back up off the United States and let's figure out another way to do business. And that's gonna hurt us.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
Like I
gonna
said,
hurt us.
they not thinking long term.
No, they ain't thinking long term. But it's like you, and I said it. Trump is a bully. That's the only way he know how to operate. I'm a bully. He's just a bully. And once he gets smacked around, he still ain't gonna take the L. He gonna still say, I made a deal, I did this, and I did all of this stuff. And like when we talking about Iran, we need a nuclear agreement. Duh. Obama had a nuclear agreement. You ripped it up. You had a nuclear agreement, and Iran was following it. They was letting the inspectors come in and everything. You said, I can get a better deal. I mean, what better deal do you need? Now, I hate for him to fail because his failures becomes America's failure.
Absolutely.
If it was a legitimate threat to the United States, I would be like, you know what? Maybe we do need to do something in Iran. But when was the last time Iran attacked somebody? Forever and a day. So they ain't they really just want to be over there and mind their own business. So we doing this for Israel. And the one thing that I don't want to happen is I don't want our American soldiers to be put in harm's way in a fight that really has nothing to do with us.
Yeah.
But once the killing starts, it's too late then. It's too late. If the top general, who is your guy, it's not like this a Biden appointee. Your top guy is telling you, I don't think we should attack them. Yeah, we might can attack them, and we might can win, or we might can do all of this, but it's gonna come at a heavy cost. One American life is too many.
Absolutely.
One American life is too many for something that we really shouldn't even have our nose in. And when I say we losing support over there, Saudi Arabia said, no, you can't use our airspace to attack them. to more Middle East countries saying, no, you can't launch from our country. When has Saudi Arabia, any of those other countries, said no to the United States? Regardless of what regardless of what the outcome was going to be, when has any of those countries said no to the United States?
When he came here, when he became the president.
Everybody making these backdoor deals now, cutting the United States out. And the worst thing that can happen is if they get off the U.S. dollar. If it ain't if these countries say, you know what, we gonna bypass the dollar completely, we through. We through. Our whole economy is gone.
Done.
It's a wrap. Because all that money they was able to just print and do whatever, they ain't gonna be able to do that. And it's like Maxine Waters said, when we do get back in power, how long is it gonna take us to rebuild the trust and have all these other countries be like, oh yeah, come on back, United States. We accept you back and let's do these agreements and all this. They ain't gonna want to do it then.
No.
Because they're gonna be like, no, I got a better deal over here. And how I know y'all ain't gonna come back and do this to us again.
And they'll be looking at us like, y'all, what? Y'all supported this man? This? Like, why we won't even deal with you now?
Not only that, they're gonna say, y'all let them get in once and then you let them
twice.
But we found some voter fraud with Elon Musk. So now is you really looking at it like, and all this is allegedly, did he actually win?
No, he didn't
or did
win.
Elon do something?
Do you not remember the I don't know where he was at. He was somewhere making a speech, and you remember him saying, "Yeah, I got it in the bag." I'm paraphrasing, but he was like, "Yeah, I got it in the bag because I have a friend that he was talking about the voting machines, and he was talking about I forgot what state it was, but he in essence was saying he got it in the bag." I'm gonna find that clip. He said that.
When he made the comment, Elon and them computers, he won it for us. I mean, that's like the admission of guilt right there. And then for Elon to know the results 4 hours before the polls closed, and for them to granted, you might win some swing states. You might pull off some stuff. You ain't winning every last one of them. By large margins. I mean, they wasn't even close. It's like Vice President Harris, were you even in the race? It was so lopsided.
Right.
So and I don't like being conspiracy theory. I don't like, I don't want to be like them that's trying to deny the results of the election. It is what it is. But if it's bugs in there where Elon can get in there and do anything, then we do need to be working on it. We do need to make sure we got secure voting that it can't be tampered with. And I do agree with something like that. Randolph says it's an economic war that are threatening the U.S. dollar and replacing their currencies that's backed by gold, silver, and precious metal. Every Islamic leader was assassinated because they tried to form solidarity and call it United States of Africa. And see, I love Obama. I love President Obama. Not just because he was the first black president. He was the epitome of, when I look at the office of president, that's what I expect to be in there. Not this clown that's in there now. But even with that, the fact that a black man was responsible for another black man's downfall in Libya, it really hurt me, because you don't know if all the things, like, now you can look at, you can say, I don't know if all the things that the United States was saying about Gaddafi was actually true or not. Now, I watched a documentary once, and when we finna close this out in a minute, I watched a documentary once, and it was a lot of bad stuff going on. If the documentary was accurate, there was a lot of bad stuff going on. But guess what? All that bad stuff that was going on is the same thing that's going on in the Epstein files.
It's,
So how you gonna be mad at this other country when you doing the same thing in your country?
mm-hmm.
That's all I'm saying. How you mad at the next country for doing the same thing that you was doing? It's all about money. They couldn't let, like Randolph is saying right here, they couldn't let a whole continent of Africa say, hey, we want all you foreign people out of here. You can do business with us on our currency. That would have bankrupt Europe, United States, China. It would have bankrupt everybody. That's why, we talked about Burkina Faso and Captain Traore over there, Ibrahim Traore. I'm so
Mm-hmm.
scared for that man's life because they doing everything. They from a poor country that didn't have nothing, one of those shithole countries that Trump wanted to try to shoot down. Once they kicked out France and said, hey, we're going to do everything on our own, now they prospering. The whole country prospering.
Right.
It took France, what they say? I want to say 43 years to build 2,000 miles of roadway or something. And them numbers might be wrong, but just the numbers might be wrong. But anyway, Dave almost tripled that in less than 2 years. They building that country up the way it's supposed to be done. Do you really think he give a damn about? No, I don't.
Mm-mm.
No, I don't think he care. And he was a coward because he got his father's doctor had to make up doctor's excuse for him not to get drafted. So for him to say things about John McCain being a POW, calling him a loser because he got captured and became a POW, it just show you what kind of character he got. And it shows you he don't care nothing about the military. Because there's no way you could care about the military and have anything disparaging to say about a POV, a POW that made it back. He.
But you ain't you dodged.
You dodged. But then you're gonna try to then you're gonna have
a coward.
Exactly. Because I'm telling you, he a bully.
Mm-hmm.
But this one time, I hope he taco. I hope he chicken out with Iran because I don't want to see American troops get killed senselessly. Donna in the house. Hey Donna, how you feel about them Duke Blue Devils knocking off them Michigan Wolverines, and now we rank #1 in the nation? Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. America has become a national joke. They look at us and be like, what happened? And now I ain't saying they plotting against us, but they moving in that direction. They moving away from the United States. They saying it's y'all doing too much. Y'all can't. When you can't be like, it's just like anything else, Riri. When I can't trust you, I don't want to fool with you.
Absolutely.
And this man don't say, okay, see, it's too many loopholes. This man said, okay, y'all gonna shoot down my tariffs. Okay, I'm gonna go another route and I'm gonna impose a 10% tariff on everybody. Then came back the next day and said, no, 10% wasn't enough. I'm gonna make it 15%. The only good thing about that can only last 150 days, and then Congress can come in and say, hey, we don't think this is appropriate and change it. Okay, then after you change, what he gonna do? come back and do something else again.
Right.
Now, and we're going to close on this because we had 30 minutes, but we're going to close on this. But I want everybody to realize this. When they imposed the tariffs, they got all this money that came in. Then Lucknick, the guy who said that he didn't have anything else to do with Epstein, but now we find out he did come back and go to the island for dinner with his wife and kids and all of that, whatever. We find out now that him and his sons bought the, what do you call it? The promissory notes on the tariffs. So they was buying that on like 30 cents on the dollar, which means the people who got imposed the tariffs, they gave them 30% of the money to say, here you go, take this, that'll make up for it, blah, blah, blah. So now they own their debt.
Right.
Now they finna get all it, they finna get 70% profit back. Come on, people.
Shrewd businessman. That's what they wanted.
Hey. I hate to give them credit, but you got to give them credit for being sneaky like they doing.
He was like, I was smart. Yeah, I did it. I did
it, and what you gonna do about it?
Nothing.
I mean, it's a whole nother show to try to get involved with all the crooked dealings that Donald Trump and his family are participating in right now. And I think the biggest one is the genocide in Gaza. And they have no solution for what's going to happen to the Palestinian people. And the thing about it, they don't care if every last one of them die and fall off the face of the earth. They don't. All they see is they luxury real estate property that they finna level off the whole Gaza Strip and turn it into something for themselves. Somebody said they own a little private Epstein area or whatever, which I wouldn't be surprised.
No.
I wouldn't be surprised. We're gonna go on in because if we don't end now, we could be going on forever and ever and ever.
And we're gonna miss the show.
Yeah, I'm finna throw me a little pizza in the oven. By the time it come out, the show should be getting started. But I want to thank LaTanya. I want to thank Randolph, cousin Pat. Who else?
Miss Donna.
Miss Donna. And anybody else who out there listening or watching right now. We really appreciate y'all tuning in. Most of y'all tune in every week, and we really appreciate it. Yeah, somebody just told me about this. FedEx saying, "Hey, we want." FedEx said, "Bring me my coins."
Run it.
So I'm sure they paying them the full strength because I know they didn't sell they promissory note off. So I'm sure they want the full strength, and it's a whole story behind what they're gonna have to go through to get this money back. But we ain't gonna get on that. Benjamin, what's up, man? Appreciate you joining, you and Donna. Hey, I'm finna start the basketball. I'm finna start the sports talk back, man. I'm gonna get y'all to tune in because we're gonna be talking about these Memphis Tigers before the end of the year because they ain't gonna make the tournament. So
sorry to say.
Yeah, I hate to say it, tournament. So that's a wrap. And with that being said, Riri, you got anything else? Don't put your earplugs in. You got to listen to them now.
I'm gonna listen. I'm gonna watch Roland Martin and watch him watch it, so that way I'll feel a little bit better.
You gonna
about
do what?
watching? So Roland Martin, I'm gonna watch Roland Martin live on YouTube as he's watching it as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I might do that too. I might do that. I might do that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all go ahead, enjoy the show, enjoy the lies you're about to hear, and do some fact checking for yourself. But until next week, we're out of here.
Bye, y'all.